Christmas magic.
We met one time.
No, so
We
my
did,
heart
yes.
was broken when I
Yes,
figured it out. before.
No.
So my brother grew up in Warren, and his feet were firmly planted into the mud of the Warren River. And he wrote a book. It's the Christmas Quahog. He was looking at medieval art, and somehow I'll do my best to show, but the medieval art really grabbed his attention and brought him back to his roots, which are as deep as the Warren River. And since Elwood said his little story, there's a back page here, and scholars have debated whether John Diamo is the author of this poem. Folklorist William E. Stella used textual content analysis and external evidence to argue that Mr. Diamo could not have been the author. So for those of you who connect the dots, Johnny grew up in Warren, and Mr. Estrella is in this book as well. So here we go. It's the Christmas Quahog. A long time ago in Bethlehem, in a stable far away, no one knew of coffee milk or Narragansett Bay. But in the sand of rocky shores, we crusties knew that night there was a glowing star above, giving sunk things flight. Horseshoe crabs were singing, jellyfish glowed bright. Striped bass danced with eels, seagulls flew like kites. Soft shell clams were squirting, cranberries sang in bog. Periwinkles blinked their eyes to see the rising quag. The seashore creatures, they all knew that oh so far away, a little babe was frowning while lying in the hay. This is his medieval art, not his. He correctly gives it footnote, or whatever you call it. It's all in the imagery. Gold had been delivered, frankincense and lamb, but what the kid was craving was fried dough mixed with clam. Mom and Dad didn't know it, shepherds not a clue. 3 wise kings were in dithers, but the angels, oh, they knew. Must have clam. Easy, kid, I'm on the way. And from the mud, so far away, those rose the hard shell mollusks. They floated over land and sea until they reached the stardust. I'm telling you, I just seen a flying clam. To the wise men. And in celestial splendor, that quahog of the bay was battered up and deep fried to that babe inside the hay. Such grinning and such cooing from this wombat who was God, enjoying satisfaction provided by Quahog. I just ate clam cakes for Christmas. The babe is dancing. Doing a happy dance. Oysters, scallops, mussels, cracked shells with delight. Lobsters trotted with the crabs. Jesus changed the slate. A long time ago in Bethlehem, in a stable far away, no one knew of coffee milk or Narragansett Bay. But in the sand of rocky shores, we crusties knew that night there was a glowing star above, giving some things flight. It's an adorable pet. But I did say clam as he coos to the lamb. Yep, he did. I heard him. What do you call a quahog wearing wool? A clam. Did you get it? It's a silent B. Silent B, I thought it was silent night. All is clam, all is bright. I'm so confused. And remember, kids, keep clamming and carry on. So scholars have debated whether John Diamo is the author of this poem. Folklorist William E. Stella used textual content analysis and external evidence to argue that Diamo could not have been the author. Foster believes that Mr. William Martin Sr., an Onlyville Square resident with Irish and Scottish roots, should be considered the chief candidate for the authorship. This view was long espoused by the Martin family. Martin Sr. was John Diamo's employer. They had the paper store. It was at the top of Baker Street, so you get your newspaper delivered there, and then you went to there and you picked it up, and that's where you paid the bill. So Mr. Martin, I think, must have planted the Quahog seed. In response to Sellers' claim, John Jacolenza, professor of history at the University of Massachusetts, wrote in 2001 that based on his research, John Diamo was the author. In Jacolenza's article, Quahog Quest, The Proddering of Clams, Jacolenza confirms Diamo's authorship. I believe he is the author, and I have marshaled an array of good evidence to prove it. Don't know what that is, but it goes on and on. So I think my brother is finding some respite in his retirement, missing the mud of the Warren River, and as an English teacher, retired in Boise, Idaho, he often is very happy to come in contact with a New England resident, and I think that all of you should have one of these, because if you don't, who will?